2 Corinthians 11 and verse 6. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. Kal halal Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Hashem Rucha HaKodash. Double honors to Apostle Els, a great millstone where I learned this truth from. Peace, salutations to Buzz on down teaching, preaching, pushing this gospel, good news to four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Greetings also to the few elect ladies tuning into these video epistles. Hope you're edified, built up by the power of truth coming out of this book. It's our book, the holy book for the holy people. Just a quick thought here looking at this rude speech, hypocrisy. See these people living all kind of lives. It's Sunday morning here up in the hills in Jamaica. They're doing all manner of wickedness, total opposition to what is written in the book. What they're worshiping has got nothing to do with what's in the book, but yet they hear one harsh word and all of a sudden they're offended. We just want to have a quick, you can't justify yourself to these clowns. They have no clue what is getting ready to happen. They have no clue about prophecy and no clue about anything, but yet they hear some harsh words and they, oh, I'm offended. And their lifestyle, it suggests otherwise. If they was offended, they'd be living a different life. But they're offended when they hear a word. It's all for the consumption of men. Let's look at this again here. This is Paul. If you know something about Paul, well read, he knew history, he knew different languages. He could use all manner of words to explain himself. So you gotta understand who's speaking here, talking about he's being accused of rude speech. But though I be rude, that's to say, plain in his speaking, you hear like the F word, or here we have different words. Every language has these so-called rude words. What law is it that you're supposed to be breaking? And these people, oh, I'm offended. Oh, this language comes from what they say here, from the pit of hell. It's laughable. It's hypocrisy of next level. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. So we just want to look at the hypocrisy of this foolishness here. Oh, I'm offended by this person's speech. I'm not looking at the content of what is being said overall. So you can't learn anything, so you're damned. Yes, I said it. More rude words, 2 Corinthians 10 and 10. For his letters, speaking of Paul, say they are weighty and powerful, but his bodily presence is weak and his speech contemptible. See? There's some people, even at that time, was offended by Paul's speech. And this always did happen. The men of the Lord, they don't come in the same vein. They're not what the Yahweh Shai said when they were looking for John and saying, oh, look at the state of him out in the wilderness eating locusts, and look at how he's dressed. He said, well, you want the people dressed in fine clothes and all the noble, they're up in the palaces or wherever they are. 1 Corinthians, let's get that one, 2. 1 Corinthians 2, let's get these first 3 or 4 verses. And this is Paul, brethren, when I came to you, I came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of Yahweh. By Hashem means in the name of Yahweh Shai's only begotten Son. For I determined not to know anything among you, save Yahweh Shai HaMashiach and him crucified. And was you in weakness and in fear and much trembling, and my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, of which Paul knew a lot. See? But he didn't use all that. He came with plainness of speech and started accusing, oh, he's rude and his speech is contemptible. But in demonstration of the Spirit and power, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai. I actually think that the words that some of us use, it's on purpose to keep out some of these weak, feeble hypocrites living all kind of double lives and lies, professing one thing, doing something else. And so when they hear this, I'm offended. So that keeps them away from the truth. When they hear these offensive words, so-called, they run away. Oh, that's from the pit of hell. So they can't learn the truth. So they're going to be reserved for judgment by way of intercontinental ballistic missiles. The fire is coming. Fire is coming. So you've been kept out because you're offended. It's a joke. Ephesians 3:3-4. Hold that by revelation. He made known unto me the mystery, as I wrote afore in a few words here, whereby when ye read, ye may understand my knowledge in the mystery of Hamashiach, means the anointed one. That's what was revealed to Paul. It was said that he was a servant. He was handpicked because of his knowledge and he's picked out to minister unto the lost sheep who were scattered abroad. Why would he be picked out? He's a handmade vessel unto Yahushua. And so you're going to accuse the men of the Lord of a rude speech. You've been kept out. You've been blocked. Can't get in. You're offended for a reason. Judgment is coming for you. 2 Peter 3:15. And account that the long suffering of our Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul, also according to the wisdom given unto him that had written unto you, as also in all his epistles, of which there are many. Paul wrote maybe 2/3 of the New Testament, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that wrestle, they that are unlearned and unstable, rest. See? Oh, I heard a word, I'm offended. So I don't listen to the rest of the message. So you're blocked. As they do also the other scriptures, unto their own destruction. See? And I'm going to wrap up here with this one here. I always get this when someone says, oh, they've heard a word, and oh, this comes from the pit of hell, and I'm offended. What's that F word, or that in America they say the MF and all this? How can you say that? Call yourself a man of the Lord. This is Matthew 26. You have to read all this story here. It's about the Peter here, when this is the third time when he was being so-called accused of being one of those men. Let's just get the last two verses here. And after a while, this is 73. After a while, Matthew 26:73. And after a while came unto him they that stood by and said to Peter, surely thou also art one of them, for thy speech bewrayeth or betrayeth thee. Then began he, this is Peter, the head of the church, he began to curse and to swear. So this is the third time they're accusing him. He's very angry because he wanted to hide his identity at that time. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man, Yahushua. And immediately the cock crew. And Peter remembered the word of Yahushua, which said unto him, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And he went out and wept bitterly. The point we're making is he was angry. They were accusing him, and he was trying to hide his identity, and they were accusing him, saying, sure, your speech betrayeth you. You're one of those men who was with him. And in his denial, he began to, what does the word say? Then began he to curse and to swear. This is the head of the church. You're all offended. It's madness. Just a quick word here. We're going to keep it moving. I have no clue when any of these lessons will be uploaded. You may be listening to Root Speech Hypocrisy. Shalom. Till the next lesson.